about building this park, and his neighbors call him, this guy's crazy. And his dad, Ghost, came alongside with America's famous baseball players. Actually, their Ghost came. So this particular expression, if you build it, they will come, became a motto, a slogan for building huge cultural complex or cultural heritage complex. South Koreans do it too, but in fact, some theme parks are not doing well. You go there, not much that you can look at. They put a sign, okay, the 대장금 was filmed here, and some accessories, and some stages, and then the other side you can see clothes that these actors and actresses wore. So it's not much, but yet the biggest problem is city is that they put out too much promise, and they didn't actually look into multi-dimensional features in which a city is located in society. Do we have enough skill, sustainable institutional support, and inventiveness through which we can actually put this project in proper place? That kind of question was not asked and answered. That's the problem, I think. It's the same thing. When government trying to push Hallyu, K-Wave, a couple of years ago, cultural studies scholars, including myself, challenged that kind of position. I said in the second line, in the first paragraph, we have clashed with Hallyu bandwagoners, overnight converters, and opinion leaders who have relied on cultural essentialism. It might look a bit complicated to you guys. Let me tell you why. Two of the best well-known Hallyu products are, what is it? No, the genre. Yeah. Right, drama. Another one? Popular music. Two of them are not originate from South Korea. And yet they think, I'm proud of, our culture. Look at the, Winter Sonata. Oh, look at those, Pure Love. This is quintessential Korean culture. I think that's bullshit. Japanese got one, Taiwanese got one, even Singaporean couple got one. Pure Love is a typical value-laden, phenomenon, right? And it gets more problematic when it comes to idol band. I can talk about this. When I was in the US, they started, raising these idol bands, I'm not talking about American, these typical reality shows through which, you pick this idol. Remember? This couple of kids from Boston, they became new kids on the block. I think now they are over 40, no longer kids, They don't live on the block anymore, right? And Koreans look at that, wow, that's kind of easy. I could do this in my university actually. I pick a guy who can sing. I pick a guy who looks tough. I can pick a guy who's kind of arrogant, petty, whatever. Give them particular characters. And let them learn higher level of dancing, right? So, maybe one guy can sing. The rest doesn't, matter whether they can sing or not. They should all look cute. Maybe I'm talking about F4, right? Same thing happens. So, doing that. But, okay, then dramas and idol bands, what do they have in common? Hybridity. those are originated from Western countries but became localized. Koreans put some spin into that. So, probably we were successful. But Hallyu products are having some problems nowadays, you know. When Hallyu went big in China, we have to think about the structural elements. Meaning, a Chinese media market was expanded, and that means they needed cultural contents. And they couldn't import Japanese dramas, you know, very touch historical issues are there. So they picked Korean dramas. And at the time, Korean dramas were relatively cheaper. I'm sure, similar thing happened in Taiwan. Guangji did a research, and some of my colleagues in Hong Kong did a similar research. Inside of Korea, some people started talking about our culture's superiority when they found out that Hallyu products are well received in Asian region. And at the time, they used those expressions like, Korean particular mood of sadness called Han is in the center of Hallyu text. That sort of things. Look at Daejanggeum, the Korean food and medicine. Those are traditional things that we are proud of. So in that sense, they didn't look at the format of those Hallyu texts. And the characteristic in that format is summarized as the term hybridity. Those are hybrid products. Also, you look at the second paragraph, I already used this term, culture crafts. That's important because back in 1980s, culture was treated as secondary. You have to keep culture to fight against Yankees, Yanks. It's a Korean nationalism and folklore culture put together. So you never wear Nike shoes. You never listen to Beatles music. You never listen to American, pop music. It's like candy music. You stick to your own collective culture that's not contaminated by commercial culture. That's the mindset back in 1980s. Since the 1990s, culture became so omnipresent. Everybody wants to talk about culture. And look at the Korean cultural fields. Previously, I emphasized the increasing influence of detraditionalization, globalization. Sometimes in my class, I usually teach on popular culture. I ask them, what sort of films or dramas do you watch daily? American-made dramas are quite popular in Korea these days. They don't necessarily watch, Korean-made home dramas. You guys probably watch. We don't watch that. And my students, and probably including myself, watch lots of CSI, Friends, Sex and the City, and some Japanese dramas. That means cultural field has been reshaped. Reigning form of popular culture is again hybrid one. Like you watch Sex and the City and you turn on the local cable television, we have a clone. And people love that. In some sense, popular cultural site became the ultimate field where the images from far away mixes with images that are acquired nearby. It's deterritorialization, right? Let me go back to my original argument. Some of the culture press wouldn't want to see how cultural fields are complicated. And there are different desires. different sensibilities.